I'm Dan Ackerman, and we are here taking a first look at Samsung's Milk Music. That is a new streaming music service that works on Samsung devices. It's free, doesn't require a login. You just download it and you start playing. It's a radio-style service, kind of like Pandora or iTunes Radio. It's got 200 curated stations with 13 million songs. The back end is actually from Slacker, an existing radio service, but the interface and how you interact with it is all new and all Samsung, and that's what makes it a little bit unique. It starts with this gigantic jog wheel over here, and you can move your finger along the outside of the jog wheel and very quickly jump between the 200 stations. Then if you put your finger on the inside of the jog wheel, you get a much more sort of fine-tuned control where you can just go station by station like this. Along the outer wheel here, you can have up to 9 genres at a time. You can actually adjust that by going into the menu here, and you go to Customize Dial, and then I can say, I don't want country on my dial, but I want, Latin. And then if you go back, then you'll see that the wheel itself has changed, and you get access to these stations instead. If you want a quicker view, there's a little pull down here, and you can go through all the different stations that are available on your jog wheel. You know, jazz has like 9 stations, but rock has like 20. So like Sirius XM, for example, you're going to find deeper selections of music in some genres rather than others. Of course, I never find exactly what I'm looking for, so I went and created the station. For instance, there was no Bossa Nova station, so I went and created one by entering a couple of names. I can edit it here and add more artists to my station, and then we'll create a station that's based on that, kind of like Pandora does when you enter a song or an artist or a genre. Here you can do artists and songs, but not genres. By default, it names my station after the first artist I picked, but I went in and edited that and just turned it into a Bossa Nova station. And we can find that by going up here to My Stations, and you'll find it right there. It is. So each station lets you do 6 skips per hour, and that's per station. So if you run out of skips on one station, you can just skip to another, and you get another 6, and the first one resets after an hour. And each station has a series of controls for it. Those are right down here. You swipe up from the bottom of the screen. So one fader will switch between more popular songs and less popular songs if you want more sort of like album cuts versus hot singles, and that'll adjust the mix. Newer songs versus older ones. The slider's just called new, but it really means newer songs here, older songs here. And of course, favorites. If you pick a song to favorite, and you can tag any songs you hear as favorites, you'll hear them either more often or less often. Obviously, you have to pick a bunch of favorites in order for that slider to have a lot to do. So the positives for the unusually named Milk Music, where you can get around this big genre wheel, this jog wheel very quickly. That's kind of cool, and access a lot of music fast. It's free to use, and there's no ad. To get an occasional promo spot for Slacker, but that's really about it. The catch is it's only for people who have certain Samsung devices, like the Galaxy 4, the upcoming Galaxy 5, the Note 3, the Note 4, the S4 Mini, basically any of the current Samsung devices. This will work on. You download it through the Google Play Store, but if you have another kind of phone, you're just going to have to use another music service. So I'm Dan Ackerman, and that is Milk Music from Samsung.